passion, drive, persistence, resilience, love. All qualities that shape and define us. Join the Cyber Warrior as he helps shape your path. This is Walk With Me. Welcome back to Walk With Me, a cyberwarriorstudios production. As always, I'm your host on this journey, the Cyber Warrior. So, today I have an interesting question that was posed to me, and it's something that I never thought I'd see. What if you feel you're at that point in life that you don't need goals, future stimulations, and you're content and satisfied with what you have? Could your goal simply be to stay in the status quo? Now, this is interesting to me because personally, I'm the type of person that feels like I will never be there, right? I always need a purpose in life, something to keep me moving, something to keep me going. I'm always going to have a goal, whether it's to help someone else or help family or do something along those lines. It's something that I will always need. I will always need purpose. And goals give you that purpose. It gives you something to strive for. Without that purpose, without those goals and being content, I won't lie, I think there's times I'm content with where I'm at, but not necessarily want to stop. I'm happy, but want to keep going. I feel like there's always more I can do, no matter what it's been. So whether it's getting a job and making good money, yeah, I'm doing that, but it doesn't change the fact that I want to do more, that I want to help more, that I want to just keep pushing and growing and learning. There's always something I want to do. So to hit this point in life where you feel like you're completely happy with everything you have, there's nothing more that you want in life. Are you traveling? Are you getting out there and seeing the world? Are you experiencing life at all? Or have you just hit a point where you have no need to push anymore? And when it comes to that, are you truly happy? Or are you just, I don't know. I know you say in this question that you're content and satisfied with what you have, and that's fine, but I don't know, something about it, that doesn't sit right with me. To me, that seems to be something that if I ever felt that way, it means my life was over, that I had nothing left to live for. Because to just be content and not want to experience more of life, experience more, and just be happy to wake up and do the same thing over and over again without pushing to do more is just not something that I could fathom. I always have to be doing more. I get very frustrated with myself personally, whether it's when I'm off work or over the weekends, if I'm not actively doing something, if I'm not up and moving. So I don't know. I don't know how a goal could be to stay within the status quo. I don't know how you can find comfort in just waking up and doing the same thing every day without trying to do something more or make someone else's life better. It's just not something that I could wrap my head around. If you're perfectly content with not helping anybody and just doing the same thing over, and it doesn't depress you or make you upset or sad or anything like that, then good on you. I just don't think I could ever be that way. It's not something that I could ever wrap my head around. I don't think there's ever going to be a point in time in my life until I'm actually on my deathbed where I'm going to be done. I think there's always going to be people I can help. There's always going to be things that I can do, whether it's through podcasts or conferences or my kids or whatever else out there. I'm always going to have to find a way to be doing something, to have a goal in mind of things I want to accomplish, whether it's seeing the world or something along those lines. I don't think I could ever hit a point of just wanting to be. To me, that's not living anymore. I wouldn't even say that's surviving. I don't know. I don't even know what term I would put on that, but it's not something that I could wrap my head around. So if you can, cool. Nothing wrong with that. It's just not something I could ever do. So I hope for the best for you. I'm not going to say it's wrong to live that way. Just going to say, in my eyes, it's not a way I would ever want to live. So hopefully that helps. I doubt it, but I hope it does. Otherwise, I had another question here, and it was, what is my biggest insecurity? My biggest insecurity is not being enough. Not being enough to help people, not being enough to do the right thing, not getting better, like anything along those lines. My goal in life, especially now, is to help as many people as possible, whether it's through my shows, my podcasts, my family, whatever the case may be. And I think my biggest insecurity is that it's not going to be enough, that the people I help isn't going to make a difference. That eats at me more than anything. I see algorithms and all these other things where it takes so long and it's so hard to grow and feel like you've actually made a difference, that sometimes even the one or two people that reach out, it helps, but it doesn't take away that fear that I'm not doing enough. It doesn't take away that insecurity of not being enough. And my wife knows this. We've talked about it often, where I've been told, and I've talked to psychologists and all these other people, and it's like you have a roof over your head, you're able to provide food and a good life for your kids, and you've got a wife, and you've got all this around you, all this good, but to me it doesn't feel like enough, and it feels like I could always do more. So with everything I say and everything I do, I always feel like it's not enough. Even though to some people it is. To those that know me, those that have reached out, some of them have very kind words, but for me, looking at how some people are treated and looking at the algorithms and things like that and the way they work, in my eyes, sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough, that there's more I need to be doing. There's more people I can be helping. There's something different in the way I can say things that'll help more people and reach more people. And so for me, not having that ability or that foresight or that capability to be able to hit as many people as possible, to reach them all and reach the masses, it makes me very insecure. It makes me feel like a failure at times. And though a lot of kind words are said, it doesn't seem like enough. And that's on me. That's something that I battle with. That's an issue that I deal with quite frequently. So it's something that I think I will always deal with, because I always feel like there's more I can do. There's a way I can make the world a better place. There's a way I can help people. And I feel like everybody possible is helped, I'm not going to stop. So that's just the way I see things, and that's the way I've always seen things. And I think that in time it may get better, and there are definitely lengths of time that I feel like it is better, but it doesn't stop coming back to haunt me, and it doesn't stop coming back to kind of gnaw at my mental health. It is something I'm cognizant of, and it's something that I work through on almost a daily basis, but still, it's there. I hope that helps for anybody that's battling that same insecurity of trying to do more. Understand you are enough. It's just a battle that we're going to constantly face. You are worth it. You are helping people. Regardless of what anybody tells you, you are helping at least one person, whether it's just by sharing knowledge or posting something online or just saying a kind word. You are definitely helping people. You have to realize that. You are a mentor. You are somebody of value. And other people see that. Though they may not tell you, it's there. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that gets through a little bit more. But yeah. And right along with that, and here's the last topic I want to talk about today on this episode. It's about building confidence in who you are. And this comes back to imposter syndrome and some of the other things that we've talked about when it comes to burnout and just your overall mental health. In our careers, we're going to come across people that we don't feel like we belong in the same room with, that we feel like they're better than us and we have nothing to add, nothing of value. And that couldn't be further from the truth, because you can learn something from everyone. We all have value. We all have the ability to provide something to others. And I hope that one day we get to a point where we're no longer feeling like we don't belong here, that we don't belong in the same room as other people. But the reality of it is we do. We belong where we choose to be. So no matter what career field you're in, no matter what you're doing with your life, whether you're in school or working or whatever it is, we all have some valuable piece of knowledge to give to others. We all have some value that we can bring to the table. And we have to stop second guessing ourselves. So when I have done things in terms of education, when I take tests and things like that and certifications, I don't second guess myself. I answer things and I move on. And I am very confident in what I do. And a lot of that just comes back to I believe in myself. And yeah, there are times I don't. There are times I feel like, oh my God, I'm over my head. But the reality of it is, I know I belong. It just sometimes eats at me. And so I have to reiterate that to myself. But then I realize the things I've done in my career, I realize what I've done in my life, and know that I belong here. And so it helps with that confidence, because I know the things that I've been doing. So you have to really look at it and stop comparing yourself to others and only compare yourself to yourself. Are you better than you were yesterday? Are you better than you were a week ago? If you are, then you're doing great things. Then you're making big things happen. And that is of vital importance. All right. So don't ever undervalue yourself. You are worth it. And you need to go into whatever situation with confidence that you're going to overcome it. You're going to adapt, and you're going to be able to do whatever it is set forth to you. And I can go on and on about this, but like I've said many times, confidence comes down to you. No one can make you be confident. We can give you advice, we can lift you up, but it all comes down to you, and you have to believe in yourself. Because if you don't, it makes it very difficult for anybody else to get through to you. We tend to, as a species, as humans, drown everything else out that is good and only listen to the negatives when we are down on ourselves, when we feel like we don't belong here or we can't do something. Then we don't listen to all the good that people say. So you have to believe in yourself, and that way all the positivity, all the other good words that people tell you will help resonate and will help you grow. The more negative you are, the harder it is to listen to those positives, because you don't want to believe it, because you don't believe in yourself. And it's hard to get past, but I think we can all do it. I think we can all become confident in our abilities by only comparing who we are today to who we were yesterday. And that's the biggest takeaway. Don't ever compare yourself to where somebody else is at. Compare your today to your yesterday. And I will bet that you're better than you were the day before, or the week before, or the month before. And that's how you build that confidence, is by always comparing where you were at to where you are. And I hope that helps. I hope that helps a lot of people. Now, as always, this is, of course, Walk With Me. And I always end my episodes with some wisdom, with some words of wisdom. And today is no different. Now, these words of wisdom, once again, come from the Havamal. And this is stanza 124. Men become friends when they can share their minds with one another. Anything is better than being lied to. A real friend will disagree with you openly. And I share this with you because as we talk about confidence and positivity and lifting each other up, we also have to recognize that sometimes we're messing up, and we need our friends and our peers to let us know when we're doing wrong. And we take it to heart, and we're able to learn and grow from it. It's all about gaining wisdom. So I hope that this has helped you. I hope these topics are something that resonate with you. And without further ado, I'm going to end this show. And I only ask that you rate and review this show and share it with all of your friends. You can also ask your own questions by going to the anonymous link down below, ngl.link/cyberwarriorstudios. Otherwise, I love you all, and I hope you have a fantastic week. I'll see you all next time. This has been Walk With Me, a Cyber Warrior Studios production, and I'm your host, the Cyber Warrior.